I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Jabari peoples, unarmed, the head by police. A statement from Jabari's family. His death has sent shockwaves through our communities and raised serious concerns about the circumstances surrounding his death. Salute to my moderators. Salute to the chat. Salute to the replay gang. We see this over and over. We've been seeing this for 300 years, 400 years. If we go back in the history of the country that we know of as America, Black people have always been hunted down, lynched, and rig-rummed in any city throughout these United Snakes. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Here we go again. Here we go again. Appreciate your super chat, VT. Thank you for all you do. Let's just dive straight into this demonstration and what happened to Jabari peoples. As I said before, we've been witnessing it. We've been seeing it from the very beginning of the United Snakes of America. It's nothing new. It used to be a time when they would say, well, the cop said this. It was a witness that said that. Then later on in life, I believe with the video recording of Rodney King back in the early 1990s, when it was recorded how those cops in LA brutally beat Rodney King, and it was caught on video. However, those cops got off. And you would hear people saying, well, if he would have just did what the cops told him to do, then they wouldn't have beat him. I like to see any of you being beaten by 6 to 9 police cops with billy clubs. And I like to see any of you just lay there. And all Rodney King did was kept getting up. Rodney King never threw not one punch at the cops. This is another case where as though an unarmed Black male has lost his life at the hands of some cops. Let's go to it.
All right, thanks, James. And we're staying on top of breaking news out of Homewood. Law enforcement and loved ones are now speaking out after an officer-involved shooting left 18-year-old Jabari Peoples dead. ABC 3340's Olivia Gauthier has been following the story. She's out live at Homewood Soccer Complex right now, where that shooting took place Monday night. Olivia, what have you learned so far?
Brenda, the Homewood Police Department says that they've seen a recent increase in criminal activity out here at their athletic complexes. And they say that Monday night, a uniformed officer approached a vehicle out here, and 18-year-old Peoples was inside of that vehicle. Now, we're told that the officer smelled marijuana coming from the car, and after asking the passengers inside the car, Peoples and one other person, to step out, that's where things took a turn. And the Peoples family says there's more to that story.
He did not, I repeat, he did not pull a gun. The officer was not injured. The young lady that was with him, she was a witness. She saw everything.
Homewood police say the officer was in uniform and a marked car when they approached the vehicle Jabari Peoples was in Monday night. In a new statement issued today by Homewood PD, authorities say the officer, quote, attempted to secure Mr. Peoples in handcuffs to effect an arrest for unlawful possession of marijuana and possible other charges, at which point Mr. Peoples began to actively resist. A physical struggle ensued, at which point the officer was knocked to the ground. They add that Mr. Peoples broke away from the officer and retrieved the handgun from the open driver's side door pocket, creating an immediate deadly threat to the officer. The officer, fearing for his safety, fired one round from his service weapon to defend himself.
Let me just slide in because we see this all the time. Let me grab some comments from my chat. Kizzle says, Shank, we started to get too comfortable with letting these people do stuff like this, and this exactly how Trump snuck his you-know-what back in the office. What happened to protesting? All the celebrities was protesting when it was a trend back in 2020. Now, in this case, the cops alleged that there were some smells of marijuana smoke. Cops then proceeded to question them. A physical altercation took place. The cop was knocked to the ground. Jabari Peoples then posed a threat. This is something, I mean, it's just the same play that they've been running on us for hundreds and hundreds of years. My thing is this: you smell weed. I mean, now, is weed legal in the state of Alabama? So you pursued over smelling some weed. In my opinion, any excuse will do for them to unalive us. I'll give my commentary shortly.
Deandra Peoples is Jabari's first cousin, and the family is claiming that's untrue.
It's bad enough that the officer killed him, but to be spreading these alleged events, what happened, and lying about it, it's just not right.
Aliceville mayor, where Peoples' family is from, released a statement saying Peoples, a young black male, was gunned down while spending time at a park with a friend. In that statement by Mayor Terrence Wyndham, he goes on to add that his death has sent shockwaves through our communities and raised serious concerns about the circumstances surrounding the incident. He also demands Aaliyah and the Homewood Police Department to turn over any body camera footage and surveillance video to the public. Homewood police say that arrangements are being made for the Peoples family to view that body camera footage. And we know that Aaliyah is now investigating this situation moving forward. And you can view all of these details now on our website as well. We will continue to stay on top of this story and, of course, provide additional information as we have those updates.
Why is we still being hunted down in the streets, y'all? It's like they treat us like animals. Salute Antoinette, Cotan, Michelle. Antoinette says, great evening, Shank. I'm here for it tonight. Shout out to all my folks from Michigan. Salute, Star. It's nothing new under the sun, y'all. It's just over and over and over. Each generation, we keep experiencing the same things over and over and over. It's time. It's time for Black Americans to switch lanes and do something different. Salute Rhonda. Antoinette says, on God. Salute Leslie. We have to switch lanes and do something different. Pebbles. Let me see what else I got for y'all on this case.
Breaking news just into the newsroom. The attorney Homewood police officer has just released a new statement saying in part the Peoples family had no other choice but to turn to the courts. Rule 27 of the Alabama Rules of Civil Procedure clearly assigns the responsibility to the city of Homewood to obtain Aaliyah's permission and provide the evidence to the family. The petition asked the court to compel Homewood to disclose body cam footage. Now, Aaliyah says it won't release body cam video from the deadly police shooting from earlier last week. But again, Jabari Peoples' family isn't staying quiet. They're still protesting and still demanding answers.
So they don't even want to release the body cam footage. They don't even want to release the body cam footage. Kizzle says the disrespect. Leslie says this has to stop. We don't act types to fight like they did back then. Salute PM. PM says, I have a story you should wake up about some teens that are being abused, crying out for help. Send it to me on Instagram if you can, Paris. Salute Simon. Funky, you know what, cops. So they don't even want to come up off of the body cam footage. Exactly, Antoinette. They hiding something. Why not come up off that body cam footage? Well, we know why. We know why. This has been happening to us so long that Black Americans, we numb to this. Stuff like this that happened when the cops unalive us, we so numb to it. It just, we go on without everyday lifestyle. We tried marching. We tried protesting. It don't work. It don't work. It has never worked. You mean to tell me if me and my boys, if we kick y'all ass, if we unalive y'all, and all y'all do is march and protest and burn down y'all own neighborhoods, that's all the repercussion that me and my boys get from what we do to y'all? We're going to continue to do it. Why should we stop? Why should we stop? The cops are not going to stop. They're not going to stop unaliving us. They're not. Especially if we don't do nothing about it. Now, we could chop it up. We could chop it up on what we think should be done. Paris says, I don't know what happened. I can't see nothing. Simon says, sad to say that people don't respect anything nowadays but violence. We can hear you, Paris. Something Sweet says, but with that orange man in office, they going to get away with whatever. That's why they not releasing the footage. See, once again, they've been doing this before the orange man got in office. They've been doing this to us. They're going to continue to do this to us, whether that orange man is in office or not. And I'm going to give y'all the harsh reality for Black Americans. I'm going to give y'all the harsh reality. And I might lose some subscribers. But I can't bite my tongue and I can't hold back no more. Antoinette says, we have to teach our boys how to act when approached by the shady police. Kizzle says, clock it. Salute Leo the Line. Appreciate you for pulling up. Something Sweet says, and salute Shank Rock. How rude of me. I didn't speak first. That's okay, Something Sweet. It's okay. Antoinette says, y'all know the police is shady. In Philly, all people do is fake protest to have a reason to loot. Something Sweet says, facts. Salute Radiant. Salute, appreciate you for pulling up with us, Radiant. Jewels. Antoinette says, that part. Salute April. April says, the cops don't see color. What they see is we don't wear a badge and they can do whatever they want to us. I disagree, April. I disagree. They do see color. They do see color. Now, not all of them. Of course, not all of them. There are a lot. There are a lot of good cops. There are a lot of bad cops. There are a lot of good Caucasian cops and other nationality of cops. There are a lot of bad Caucasian cops as well as black cops. But I know for a fact the bad cops and the good cops, they see color. They see it. Something Sweet says, nah, speak your mind. That's your opinion. Radiant says, I am a customer of excessive force by police in St. Louis. Lawsuit filed. I hope that everything works out with you in that lawsuit, Radiant. I really do. I meant a victim. I hope everything works out well with that lawsuit. And if I can help, if you need to use my platform for anything, just pull up and let me know. Salute Blessed to be 50. The police is a gang. That's facts. That's facts.
Tomorrow, Jabari's family and friends are set to celebrate his 19th birthday at Aliceville City Park at 1 o'clock. ABC 3340's Mary Barron spoke with his parents.
We must love and support one another.
A community outraged, a family in mourning.
And I don't want his name to be forgotten after today.
That's right.
Or after the funeral. Right. I wanted to live on because he was a person that was still meant to be here right now today. He was 18 years old.
Protesters in support of Jabari Peoples, the teen shot and killed by a Homewood police officer, are not holding up. Several rallies and a march held since the incident happened early last week. Police claim Jabari retrieved a gun during a physical altercation with an officer. The public now demanding transparency and justice.
We want to know the officer name, badge number. We want to know. We want the video released right now.
A private investigator hired by the Peoples family apparently discovered Jabari was shot in the back. This, however, has yet to be confirmed by law enforcement or the Jefferson County Coroner's Office.
Because we matter, Jabari mattered, his life mattered, this community matters, and change matters.
Homewood police tell us there is video of what happened. Aaliyah, however, is denying the family access to the footage just days before Jabari's birthday.
As this family gets ready to celebrate his 19th birthday, what's one thing that you want to remember about your son?
So much. When he was a little baby, he had so much energy and so much life in it. It was just, I can't explain. I can't even tell you. I can take the whole day to try to explain to you, but I couldn't. Not now, no. Later.
In Homewood, I'm Mary Barron, ABC 3340 News.
The Homewood police officer involved in the shooting of Jabari Peoples is on paid administrative leave, which is standard per their department policy. Homewood City Councilwoman Jennifer Andress released a statement saying, in part, in moments like this, transparency is essential. The city of Homewood and the People's family have both communicated to Aaliyah their support for the release of the body camera footage, with the hope it can provide the People's family and our community with greater clarity.
Sad, y'all. Just so sad. You know. Kizzle says, Shank, don't bite your tongue on your own platform. If a real support, they gonna agree to disagree. If not, they could take they funky you know what butts on. And that's facts. Salute thankful. That's facts. Antoinette says, so what happened? Shell says, because our people are automatically afraid due to prior situations that have occurred with the lawmen in the past for centuries. And that's true. And in order, salute Carol, in order for things to get better, we all are going to have to make some changes. We all. And justice should be for everyone. Every religion should be able to practice their religion, and they should be able to have laws set in place for them. Every political, every nationality. And see, we have to look at this thing when it comes to race. All right. Salute Shayna. Shayna says, this is so sad. I'm so over this. All I could do is pray. Abel says, but Shank, I didn't have to come to an 18-year-old boy losing his life. Salute Calvin. We have to look at everything and put everything in its proper perspective. You know, it is about race. It is about race. And we all are different. Okay? We all are different. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Caucasians, Asians, Middle Eastern, melanated people, we different from one another. Although we may bleed blue blood and then it's red, y'all know what I'm saying. But we think different. We act different. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But what we have to first acknowledge that America still suffers from racism. And this is true. Along with America having her issues with racism, in order for us to overcome racism in this country, melanated people, we have to receive the same justice that Caucasians receive, Asians, Middle Eastern, and others. Prime example, the Asians have a hate crime bill, correct? There's a hate bill for Asians in this country. Yes or no? Well, if the Asians has that hate crime bill for them, why don't melanated people, why don't we have a hate bill? If the Jews, right? If the Jews receive reparations for the Holocaust never happened on American soil. If the Japanese Americans receive reparations, I believe through Ronald Reagan, I could be wrong on which president signed for the Japanese Americans to receive reparations. Why can't we get reparations. Those are the first two. Why everybody else received justice in this country but us? Why everybody else receive reparations in this country but us? See, that's where we got to start. Now, we can go deeper. Okay, why do every nationality in this country, why do they have an identity? Why do they have an identity? We don't got no identity. We're fighting over whether we are Black Americans, colored folks, Negroes, Moorish Americans, Hebrew Israelites. We're fighting over who we are. But the government of the United States of America knows exactly who we are. It's in their files. It's in their files. They call them top secret files. Why won't the government of the United States of America give us back our identity? If they really wanted to free us, if you really want to free a people, you got to give back what was taken from them. Let me go deeper. The Native Americans. Why won't the government come off of the real truth about that and let everybody in the whole world know that the native people is us? See, it's so deep. I mean, it's so deep. And I'd rather for you all to find this information out elsewhere. Because me giving you, not all, some of y'all do listen to Shank Rock. And I want to salute those that do listen to me. Some of y'all listen to me and some of y'all take in what I say and know what I'm saying to be true. So I'm not talking to those that do listen to me. I'm talking about those that just don't listen to Shank Rock. Go find it somewhere else. Go find it somewhere else. But do your research. Do your research. A major thing that's in all of our way, but a major thing that's in Black Americans' way is religion. It's true. It's true. Religion. And until we can put the religions aside, put the religious beliefs that we have, and oh, you Muslim, I'm Christian, I can't socialize with you. Oh, you Christian, I'm Jehovah's Witness, I can't socialize. Y'all see the division? See, it's division. Our biggest problem is division. It's not money. We always had money. It's not education. We always had education. Even when we didn't have education, we had education. Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask you this. If Black people was porch monkeys, if we just was nothing, we was animals, all the negative stuff they say about us, why did they enslave us? See, Black History Month only goes back to slavery. But Black history never teaches us who we were before slavery. I'm going to tell you why they enslaved us. Because they didn't enslave slaves. They made slaves. They made slaves, but they didn't enslave slaves. They enslaved doctors, mathematicians, I hope I pronounced that right, scholars, carpenters, engineers. That's why they slaved us. Y'all all know that this country was built on the backs of melanated people. Y'all gotta know that. Y'all gotta know all of the inventions were our inventions, and they stole our inventions and got them patented. You gotta know that. That's why I'm saying it's so deep. It's so deep. And if you're not in tune, if you're not in touch with what has took place, I mean really took place, not understanding why we had this generational trauma. It's in our DNA. Y'all gotta remember the things that were done to the men, the things that was done to the women, the things that was done to the children that was passed on. Where do y'all think the word MF came from? I'm sure many of y'all know where that word MF came from. Because during slavery, sons, they made sons mate with mothers. Buck naked. Where do y'all think buck naked came from? I'm sure y'all know. See, this is what I want y'all to really pay attention to. The information that I'm giving y'all, it's not Shank's information. I didn't just sit back and come up with this information that I'm giving y'all. I learned this information. I learned everything that I'm saying to y'all, I learned it. Some of y'all have a problem with intaking information from a black man. I'm just going to give it to y'all raw. Some of y'all will not take information from a black man. You will laugh with the black man. You'll cut up with the black man. But some of y'all just won't listen. Some of y'all won't take information from a black man unless it's what y'all want to hear. This is true. And it's a reason why. It's a reason why. Because white supremacists want to, you all know this, white supremacists' whole mission of existing is to destroy the black man. And if you're not on board with that, go to TikTok. Go to TikTok. Go on YouTube. Go to the other social media platforms. And there are Caucasian men and women that know exactly what I'm saying. Some Caucasian men and women are given the same information that I'm giving. But some of y'all accept it better. Some of y'all will take it in if it's from a Caucasian. But white supremacists' whole reason for existing is to destroy the black man. It's in the Bible. During the time of Moses, all throughout the Bible. Who was they after? The male babies. Kill the male babies. Destroy the male babies. Appreciate your super sticker, Leslie. Look at my numbers. I got 52 people watching. Ask yourself why. I got 20,000 subscribers. 20,000 subscribers and only 54 watching. Ask yourself why. Until the black man receives justice, nobody else is going to get justice. Until we as black men are respected, we're going to be in this condition. Appreciate your super sticker, Sama. It's to the point now. It's to the point now where masculinity, y'all see it. Y'all see it. Masculinity is a thing of the past. If any of you have been around in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, y'all know what I'm talking about as far as black masculinity. What was being shown on our TV shows? Y'all remember Good Times? They didn't even have Good Times with a father. And the mother of Good Times, Florida, told them, if you're going to do a sitcom about a black family, you got to have a black man. You got to give me a husband. And to this day, on Good Times, James Evans is the #1 father on TV. Yes or no? Yes or no? Bill Cosby, he came along later on and he took us to another level. I got to shout out Bill Cosby because he took it to another level. That's why they did not want him to get that network. That's why he ended up in prison, because they knew the images that Bill Cosby was going to put on his network. But James Evans, he go down in history as the #1 TV dad. James ain't play. He ain't play. JJ, Thelma, and Michael, he kept them in line. James ain't had no money. James was poor. But James stood for something. See? He stood for something. It's so many jewels in Good Times, as well as the other shows when we was growing up. But James stood for something. He had morals, values, principles. James wasn't no pushover. Florida was green about life and things that came along with life. Florida was green, but not James. James was always on point. When it came to Michael, happened to stand up to the bully. James, you can't bully this. You can't baby him. It's a cold world out there. And even when Michael found another way to deal with the bully, and he brought the bully home, the bully thought he was going to run things in their house. What James do to the bully? James lit his ass up. It's deep, y'all. It's deep. It's deep. Now, Freshie says, Shank, your funky ass know that Florida was a strong black woman and she handled business that she went and snatched that boy out the game. That was later on. See, I don't want the feminine black women to step up. Because if you step up, I'm gonna knock your funky ass back down now. I don't want the masculine black women to step up now. Stop always trying to throw a strong black woman in the equation. This don't got nothing to do with that black woman. It don't. And if you go to Adam and Eve, if you go to the story of Adam and Eve, it was the devil that used that same black woman with her funky ass. I'm so tired of y'all black women always trying to bully the equation by bringing the strong black woman in the picture. Sit that funky ass strong black woman ass down, and I better not hear nothing from y'all funky ass white Karens that don't got no ass. Because y'all funky ass is going to learn today. So y'all funky ass white Karens with no ass, sit the hell down. And y'all masculine black women, sit y'all asses down too. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's what we dealing with. Don't always got to be about a strong black woman. It's to the point that the masculine, funky ass, strong black women have even took Father's Day from us. Huh? You don't never hear a man talk about on Mother's Day. I'm the mother too. But y'all funky ass, masculine black women, not the funky ass white Karens with no ass. They jacked it up by fighting for affirmative action and independence and all that. And y'all funky ass masculine black women jumped on the funky ass white Karen with no ass bandwagon. Huh? Father's Day. It got to be about the black woman. You don't see the snow bunnies on Father's Day. You don't see the snow bunnies hollering, I'm the father too. On Father's Day, you don't see the funky ass white Karens with no ass screaming about, I'm the father too. Only y'all funky ass masculine black women. Y'all bullied us for so long. Y'all did. Y'all bullied us for so long. The black man has gotten bullied for so long. And now you got Obama, and I got a demonstration coming up. at 8:30 about Obama. Now y'all tell me, Obama had the nerve to say that every child role model should be a man that's a transformer. That's negative. That's negative. That's negative. That's negative. I ain't feeding into it. I ain't buying into it. Don't y'all see morally, don't y'all see how morally damn, I grab a word, just work with me. But don't y'all see just how far morally we have fallen? Everything that God tell us don't do, we make an excuse for it. But it was a time when we didn't. Freshie, don't bother me, Freshie. I'm going to light your ass up, Freshie. Seriously. I'm going to light your ass up, Freshie. And any other masculine woman that want to come against me, I'm going to light your funky ass up now. I tell y'all, I laugh, joke, play, but I'm going to light your funky ass up. Because I'm so tired of y'all women. I'm seriously, man. So we out here dying. We dying. We dying. I get tired of covering these stories. The only reason why I covered the damn story, because somebody sent it to me on TikTok. That's the only reason. I get tired of covering these stories, man. I really do. Y'all just don't know I get tired. I'm tired. I'm so tired. A woman always got to stand up and shoot a man down. Sit your funky ass down. Listen to a black man for once in your life. Y'all got so much mess with y'all. Always got drama because y'all don't know how to shut the hell up. Damn. Always got to run your mouth. Shank. Shank. Sit your funky ass down somewhere. Damn. When will y'all get it? When will y'all get it? Seriously, when will y'all get it? But I can promise y'all, if I was a white man up here, Freshie 915, you wouldn't disagree with nothing that I'm saying if I was a white man up here talking. And that's a fact. Y'all get with the Caucasian boy and y'all submit holy. Y'all run to the Caucasian boy and give the Caucasian boy your body, mind, and soul and your money. But not Shank Rock. Not Shank Rock. I ain't gonna entertain you, Freshie. I ain't gonna let you get to me, Freshie. Go on about your business, Freshie.
And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for everyone.
This makes us think even more about what happened. But most importantly, it underscores again why we got to see that video.
Attorneys in the Jabari Peoples case involved with an independent investigation of the 18-year-old who died after being shot by a Homewood police officer revealed the results of a preliminary independent autopsy. ABC 3340's Austin Pratt was at the press conference today. And Austin, what did the autopsy show?
Brenda, it shows Jabari was killed by a gunshot wound in his lower back. Now, the autopsy was done without any supporting evidence, leaving many questions unanswered.
Now, we're going to just stop right there. He died from a single pow to his back, meaning he had his back turned towards this officer. So how can you fear as an officer? How can you be in fear of your life if Jabari's back was turned against you? His back is facing you. Where was the threat?
Without the body camera footage, it's hard to really tell what happened.
We buried our child Saturday, and we buried him Saturday, and it's hard. It's hard to even think about burying your child.
3 weeks after his son, Jabari Peoples, was shot by a Homewood police officer, dying from his injuries, his father, William Peoples, is still calling for justice and transparency. His legal team, in a news conference Tuesday, revealed the preliminary findings of an independent autopsy the family had done.
Based on the preliminary information, this sketch appears to show a possible entry of a gun wound right there. We need the bullet. We need to know where the bullet is because it's not in the body. We have questions.
The bullet has been removed from the body, but it's believed its trajectory ended in his vital organs, possibly one of his lungs or in his heart. I asked his legal team if Jabari was bent over for the trajectory to have that course, and attorney Ben Crump responded.
We don't know, and we don't want to make assumptions, but obviously the medical examiner has some thoughts, but she won't relay those thoughts conclusively because the video would tell us exactly the position he was in when the shot was fired.
People's family, everyone involved in the family's lawsuit, an independent investigation is calling for Aaliyah and the Homewood Police Department to provide the evidence necessary to know what happened that night.
Can I get everybody to throw up some prayer hands for Jabari's family? Can I get everybody to throw up some prayer hands for Jabari's family? I buried my 3-year-old daughter in 1997. So I'm old familiar with having to bury your child. It's sad. And then they had the police play in your face. You know what I mean? Then to turn around and have the police play in your face. Like to make you think other than what you know and what you see. An 18-year-old boy that had a promising future, graduated from school. Yeah, they got the autopsy, Freshie. Give me a minute. They got that autopsy. Graduated. It, it's hurtful even when you got a bad child and your bad child end up losing his or her life. No child should have to lose their life, even when you got a bad child. But just imagine you got a child that did everything, quote unquote, what society says to do. He graduated from high school. It's sad. It almost makes you wonder, do they sit back and do they go through our files? Was he targeted? Is what I'm trying to say. Sorry for your loss, Kern B. My condolences. Can I get everybody to throw up some prayer hands for Kern B? But I mean, can y'all imagine this though? It's like, and God, please cover their hearts and grant answers for healing. Appreciate that, Glitz Glenn. And when I tell y'all that I'm really, cause this shit hurts, and I get emotional with it. I'm really serious about, but I just been contemplating on what else would I talk about? Where else on YouTube would I go? Freshie says, I watched the story where this white boy stabbed this girl up. The police called him, talking him down, found out where he was. He had a knife in his hand, and they used less lethal force on this kid. And it happens all the time, Freshie. This happens all the time, but man, this shit is depression. It's depressing, y'all. It really is. Especially when you just see them running the same play. They just keep running the same play over and over on us. And then to have, them try to, this is the main thing that they'll say. When we say Black Lives Matter, they'll say, well, if Black Lives Matter, then why do y'all kill each other? Same reason why white on white kill each other. Same reason why Asian on Asian kill each other. Same reason why Mexican on Mexican kill each other. But you don't never hear nobody talking about, can we stop white on white crime? Can we stop white on white violence? Can we stop Asian on Asian violence? Can we stop Mexican on Mexican violence? You don't never hear nobody saying that. But only when it comes to black people receiving justice. Whenever it's time for us to receive justice, we get hit from every angle you can imagine. We get hit from black on black crime. When it comes to reparation, if black people did get reparations, they ain't gonna do nothing but spend up the money. So what? So what if they spent up all the money on dumb stuff? It's theirs. Leo, the line, me too, lost some land. My condolences to you as well, Jacqueline. Can I get everybody to give Jacqueline some condolences? My condolences again, Jacqueline. Every time you turn around, it's the same ish. Salute, EJ. Whenever it's time for us to receive justice, we hear all kind of stuff. Even when we the victims, we can't be the victims to save the world. Shell says stereotypes. Sure don't, Shank. They act like we are the only folks that deleted each other. And all the other nationalities unalive each other. But you don't never hear them mentioning that. You don't never see their negativity being pushed on the forefront. We know who owns the media. They show what they want us to know, and that's facts. That's facts. Like I said, this is a positive demonstration. Look how many people watching. Look how many people, 58, come on, y'all. 58 people. Y'all know I had 300, 400, 500 Sometimes 800, 900 people watching. Why is only 58 people watching this? Salute, Passion. Praying for your strength, Jacqueline. Terrified for my son to even go hoop with his friends. They hunt young black men. That's facts. That's facts. I live in a Mexican city, and that's all I hear. They take each other down. Look at the cartel. You can't even cross the border, and they take each other down. That's facts. But you don't never hear, can we stop Mexican on Mexican violence? Only black people, y'all. And that's why it's so important to support my platform and other platforms that bring awareness to these cases. You know? Salute, Nita. That's purposely done. That's facts, Antoinette. Salute, Tanya. It's not for everyone, Shank, because they don't want to hear this. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? It's facts, y'all. It's facts. I encourage you all to maybe think about being a content creator. It's hard now. It's hard. Trust me, y'all. It's hard. But it can be overwhelming. It do. You know, and I do my best to be humble up here. I do. But I'm human just like everybody else. I let a lot of stuff slide. I take a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Only thing we want to do is see the video. We want to see the video. Just show us what happened to our child, please.
And that's all he's saying. That's all they saying. All they want to see is what happened to their child. Now, if their child was in the wrong, then their child was in the wrong. Ain't nothing the family can do about it if their child was in the wrong. But show the video. Let the family see what happened to their child. That's their right. That's their right to know what happened to their child, Jabari Peoples. They won't even come up off of the video that shows what happened. The autopsy showed Jabari died from a single gunshot to the back. That's in the autopsy report. They showed the autopsy report. I'll say it again. As long as Black Americans do not receive the same justice that Caucasians, Asians, Middle Eastern, and others receive in this country, as Black Americans, we should hold our vote. We should not be voting Republican nor Democrat. The hell with politics if we don't get justice. Martin Luther King said it best. He said, by integrating my people, I believe that I led my people to the slaughter. They were already slaughtering us before there was integration. But with integration, they were able to play mind games on us. Because see, segregation taught us all we had was each other. But integration made us feel like finally we are as they are. Segregation, we built our own towns. We had our own businesses when things were segregated. When we integrated, we started to sell for a cheap price. They were able to buy us out of our own neighborhoods. Justice for Jabari peoples. Salute everybody. I'll see y'all back at 8:30. I'll leave the chat running and you all can hang around.